Alright, what I have here is a Carter Thermoquad carburetor. Come off of a 70s up to the 80s, mostly used on Dodge and Plymouth and Chryslers. Anyways, I've been asked to show some adjustments on it, and hopefully I can clear up some of the nicknames it has. One of them, instead of Thermoquad, it's called Thermal Bog. And that's because usually that's tied in with the tuner. Okay, a couple of quick advantages of this carburetor is we know that the AVS Thunder Edelbrock carburetors, one of the things about them is it's got the adjustable air flap. Well, guess what? The Thermoquad's had it since the early 70s. Another advantage real quick is this plastic. It's like a phenolic resin body that runs the fuel 20% cooler than a Holley or Edelbrock or any other carburetor for that goes. Cooler feel is kind of works on the same token as an air gap intake. Cooler feel is more, you're going to get better performance from it. So I'm just going to point out a couple of quick things here. One is on the adjustment, one of the most important ones is that air flap. It's adjustable here on the side. You got an outer screw and an inner screw. The outer one's the lock, the inner one's got the spring retention. They got a tool for that, but I've always adjusted them with two flathead screwdrivers, a small one and a big one. You'll do it, you'll break the outer one loose while holding the inner one, and then you'll go a little tighter, a little looser, depending on how you want to get your air flap to work. If you floor it, you get a big bog. This is coming open too quick. You'll want to stiffen up the spring tension. Maybe go a half a turn, see how that goes. Okay, so that's one key adjustment. Another key adjustment is how far this flap goes open. You'll realize that this has a slot and the other side don't, and this slot goes up against the tab. Okay, that determines how far open this goes. So you'll bend this tab to adjust it, right? Not this tab, but you'll adjust the actual flap by bending it right here a little bit. Now that's a fine-tune adjustment. Generally, you don't have to mess with that much, but it is something that can help. Another adjustment on these that's important is this right here is your metering rods. They're spring-loaded. Okay. Inside here will either be a flathead screw or a little Allen wrench, and you can adjust the height. The more these are raised up, the richer it'll run. You lean it out by going this way. So that's nice that you can do that without taking the carburetor apart. There are steps on them metering rods. I have taken them off. If you're really confident you know what you're doing, you can sand them thinner if you want more rich, but you can mostly adjust it from up here. Another thing that's very important on a Thermoquad is you won't get your 4-barrel unless this choke pole is all the way has this pin. This come off a stock eliminator, so they got this pinned open. But if your choke pole isn't all the way open, it's all tied into this linkage, it will not allow your 4-barrels to open. Okay. Other than that, you got your mixture screws up here like any other carburetor. You do have a bend in this. You can bend this for how far you want this to come open. It is a spread bore, and that adjusts how far your secondaries come open. Another nice feature about these, you get good gas mileage with the small primaries and all your performance in the back secondaries. Okay, this right here, when floored, needs to go against here. You probably can't see it, but it goes down and pegs itself in there. Okay. As far as a kit goes, obviously you get an accelerator pump, needle seat, gasket. Also another adjustment like any other carb, you got your accelerator pump adjustment here, and of course your idle speed. This is for your choke. So the basics, a lot of it is like any other carburetor that you'd be tuning, but what gets people is adjusting how fast this comes open, how far it comes open. That's your biggest thing, and getting the metering rod set right. Them are very, very important on getting a Thermoquad to perform as it should. Okay, obviously you got to have your float level right, but other than that, Stock eliminators have proven that these are very successful carburetors, and they always work better on the factory cast intake. All right. Okay, thanks.